So we've been to Herring Island before, but it isn't summer at the moment. If you want to get over there, you'll have to provide your own transport. So XSS bought a boat. Fearing financial ruin, I requested more details. Turns out she bought two, in fact, as they were on special. Midlife crisis coming on early? Yeah, I think our finances will be fine. So there's 3 of us, and we need to get to the other side of the river. There's 2 boats and a few bags of stuff. We're planning to have 2 of us row over, then one will row back towing the other empty boat, then the third person can row back with the first person. Both of us have amateur radio licenses, but Alex doesn't, so she can't hold the bag of amateur radio equipment. Wait, hang on a minute, this is a river crossing puzzle. Anyway, the current looks worryingly strong here. This could get interesting. Time to inflate the boats, and, well, how hard can this possibly be? Let's see.
Okay, that's going alright so far. Oh my god, that was close to... I was close to falling in. I'm off.
Can you grab that bag? It's pretty heavy.
Sure. Cool.
And now it was my turn. Now those of you who know about rowing would in fact say that we are rowing backwards. We are, but with all the obstacles to navigation in this part of the river that could threaten to destroy the thin layer of PVC between us and the river, we prioritised the ability to look in the direction we're travelling. And after a short while we had all successfully made the crossing to Herring Island. We decided to carry the boats up to the pavilion rather than leaving them moored at the jetty. You might be wondering why this kind of life jacket. Isn't that the kind you wear on open ocean? While it's true that in Victoria you do need a life jacket while boating in inland waters, it doesn't actually have to be one of these. However, since these are just a bag of foam with straps, they are actually the cheapest kind.
You might wonder though, if you've seen all the rowers going down in the river, none of them are wearing a life jacket. Why is that? Well, they've actually got an exemption from the rules by being a member of an accredited rowing club under Rowing Victoria. So that's that. But on the other hand, we as amateur radio operators have an exemption to the Controlled Weapons Act, so that one's much cooler. I'm warning you, don't you try it.
First, some lunch was in order. And then there was a Strava segment on the island that had to be beaten. Meanwhile, I went on an admittedly much slower walk to check out some of the artwork.
Falling fence looks as falling as usual. Ah, you're actually meant to get to that one. Surprised this hasn't been declared an artwork.
And then it's time to do what we're here for. A de-expedition, clearly.
Because something's just worn a hole straight through the bottom of that.
All-time one.
The contents of the waterproof dry bag had worn a hole through it on its first use, and the BNC to binding post adapter was missing. So instead we just shoved the wires into the connector and wrapped the whole lot in tape. I mean, it is amateur radio after all.
So I'll just try and tune up an empty cable.
I'll go and set up the 70-100.
CQ, CQ, CQ. This is Victor Kilo 3, Foxtrot Uniform Romeo, calling CQ, CQ, CQ.
I lost that last transmission. You're right on a noise spur for me. Just thought I'd pop in and say hi.
Yeah, hi. I've got you as 5 and 5. 5 and 5.
Copy that. You're about a 5 and 2 over here.
QSL, the 5 and 2. Got you in the log. Thanks for the contact.
Yeah, Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it doesn't count as an iota, but you know, it is a notable event, a notable de-expedition. So, you took a blow-up boat across there. Is that correct?
We took 2.
Oh my God! I hope there's photographs of all this.
Yes.
There's video.
There's video, there's pictures. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
I'll send some now.
There's going to be a droppy video, isn't there?
Of course it's going to be a droppy video. The intention was actually for me to do this alone on a nice quiet Wednesday, but it's turned into like an event with people and stuff.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, hello to those watching Droppy's video, and I hope it's good weather where you are, and etc. etc.
Thanks. I've got you as a 5 and 5, by the way. I'm not sure if you want to give me a signal report so I can put you in the log.
Alright, you're a 5 by 15 dB microvolts, over.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Sorry. You're actually barely above the noise floor at home.
Another walk round the island before we get back on the radio.
I'm sure it's not called the Hobbit House.
And then this on the weather radar.
That's bizarre.
Bizarre as it may be, we had no doubt it was real, so we retreated to the shelter. It definitely looks like there's rain coming.
CQ. This is...
Okay, that's kind of special, not having a regular ferry or whatever.
Probably about 30 minutes or so for this rain to clear, and then we'll probably boat back over to the other side.
Victor Echo, QDH this way is Wodonga, northeastern Victoria. Nice to hear you out there on the de-expedition there at Heron Island. VK3 Fox Uniform Radio, VK3 SMW.
In half an hour the sun was coming back and the rain dying down. Time to get off this island before the weather changes its mind.
Oh. Alright. Oh. Yeah, that's looking a lot nicer. You can shove the phones in with the dry towel.
You carry that.
Cool.
Unsurprisingly, this turns out to be a lot easier when you're going with the current rather than against it. And back onto dry-ish land.
Ah. Yep, clever. I should probably zip that up. Oh, well,
Time to deflate the boats. Take a quick photo for the QSL card, then time to head on. Overall, I think this one was a success. Certainly the idea of getting there by bike made things a lot more interesting, especially the particular choice of one of the bikes. But yes, you can run a de-expedition where you boat out to an island with change from $100. Should you? Well, that's another question. For more like this, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and see you next time.